Hands down, authenticity, understanding relationships, meaning not the psychology behind them, but the natural flow to them. To give is better than to receive. And when you position yourself as a human being, surround yourself with good people, and your goal is to serve others. Obviously, business is here to make an income to afford the things that you want out of life. But at the end of the day, being the best salesperson, which is any entrepreneur, is about giving of yourself. It always comes back 100-fold. So nurturing relationships, building those relationships brick by brick, actually taking the time and being authentic is what makes a great salesperson. Biggest piece of advice is to know that we're going to make a ton of mistakes. I think that as you're young, you challenge yourselves through things that seem exciting, and the exciting part of owning a business or being an entrepreneur is what takes you through every day, every month, every year, and it continues that way. Otherwise, you won't stay in that type of business. I've been doing what I've been doing for 27 years. The one piece of advice I give my younger self, my 22-year-old self when I was starting out having children and also grooming the business, is give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourself. Allow yourself to make the mistakes. Take the stressors, take a look at what you could do differently, and just make the decision to make change. A great business is constantly making what you will mistakes, or as others call failure, I call them educational moments, lessons, life lessons. It's the journey though, and when you look back 27 years later, you go, wow, we made a huge impact, great strides. So give yourself the break is what I would tell myself. A leader is somebody that actually teaches others to be a leader. I believe we're all birthed with our own internal right to become a leader. I think that a leader brings out what it is that's inside each and every individual, brings out the best in them, so they become a leader in their own right. At the end of the day, at the end of the year, when it's all said and done, how we have helped another human being challenge themselves to better heights or newer heights, to become more contributors in society, better position themselves and their family, that's what it's all about. Ideal client relationship standardly looks like somebody who understands call center technology and the world that we live in. It's a large company, probably Fortune 1000. They mainly work with vendors already, so they have an idea of how to manage a successful partnership relationship, have their sales technique already implemented and rolled out, and usually they're augmenting their current efforts by hiring on additional vendors, or they're charging themselves to keep their vendors on their toes by adopting additional vendors to continue to challenge one against the other. So that in perfect world would be our greatest looking client. What it ultimately boils down to is I was determined at a very young age, at 22, when we incorporated. I was the founder of the organization. I came out of a health and beauty industry, and I had some wonderful mentors in both the good and bad. What they did, which I thought was amazing, businesswomen that I challenged myself through learning their techniques and learning how they thrived in society and how they're able to garner additional business. Their platform that they worked from was obviously very traditional back then, not a lot of social media, but learning from two amazing businesswomen, both the good and the bad. At the end of the day, my why came out of the bad. It was I wanted to be a better leader. I wanted to be somebody that could mentor young and up and coming talent. I wanted to be somebody that would challenge my staff to new heights. I wanted to take those that maybe society had put out or astray, those that were not looked upon or shined upon in a very great light, and I wanted to give them a hand up, give them an opportunity to feed their families, make a contribution into society, same as raising my own 7 children. I always wanted to make a difference. I wanted to be somebody that somebody could look back and leave my legacy as this was a woman who cared about society and making positive influence and changes into their lives.